Bali, a beautiful province on one of many islands within Indonesia. It comes in several names such as Island of God, Island of Thousand Puras, and Island of Ceremonies, all indicating Bali's richness in religion and rituals. Bali's economy was once based on its agricultural sector, but now it serves as a major tourist hub in the country. Renowned for its diverse art forms, Balinese performing arts portrays religious Hindu tales with strong Balinese influence. The traditional dances include pendek, legong, topping, barong, kiba, and kejap. Balinese Hinduism is practiced by more than 80% of its population. It is the combination of existing local beliefs and Hinduism. With an estimation of 20,000 temples and shrines, the religion influences every aspect of Balinese way of life. Its religious practices are so deep-rooted that it has shaped their customs extensively, thus blurring the line between its culture and religion. The life of Balinese is filled with ceremonies and performances. Every day, there could be a ceremony at any temple on this island. Those ceremonies include tooth-filing, cremation, and temple festival. Ubud is one of the major art and culture centers, set among rice paddies and steep ravines. It has long been a prominent hub for fine arts, dance, and music. It is also home to some Bali's best eateries, with famous dishes such as bebek bengel and babi guling. All of the mentioned delicacies can be found not far away from Ubud's marketplace. One of the most interesting elements in Ubud is the architecture of Balinese traditional house and temples. The spirit of Balinese architecture stands out from its physical attributes. Whether it is a village, temple, family compound, or an individual structure, they all conform to the Balinese concept of cosmic order and balance. Ubud also houses many villages, and most villages are built around the marketplace. The Ubud market is strategically placed at the intersection of Jalan Raya Ubud and Jalan Monkey Forest. It is the main economic center for the locals. Jalan Raya Ubud is a node of architectural interest as it connects several other historical buildings in walking distance, such as Water Temple and Ubud Palace. The streets branching off this road leads to more villages which are aligned with family shops, small businesses, and art galleries. There are a few elements which makes Balinese marketplace one of a kind. First to mention is the market temple where all vendors and shop owners perform prayers throughout the day. The shop owners never fail to perform prayers at the market temple before starting their business. Second key element of the place is the wet market, which is crowded as early as 4 to 9 in the morning. During this period, vendors offer raw food products. Only this area of the market is occupied at these hours, while vendors set up their stalls within the area and on the sidewalks. The third element is the art and craft market. It opens after 9 in the morning, which is when the wet market gradually transforms into an art and craft market. And now, products like sculptures, painting, clothes, and also souvenirs can be seen lined up in the stalls by other vendors. Balinese begin their day early before dawn. At 4 in the morning, the wet market starts and few trucks can be seen arriving at the market to unload their food supplies. Some of the vendors use trolleys to transfer their goods, while some goods are carried in baskets on their heads. At this hour, only local vendors and villagers are present in the market. Generally, women did most of the setting up and selling. Although the market environment is dimly lit, it did not stop the locals from visiting the place. However, the temple is quiet and inactive. There is no praying or food offering activities going on. At 7 in the morning, the market atmosphere is brightened as the sun rises, while the art and craft area awaits its operation. The wet market area is filled with bustling business activities at its peak. The place is crowded with even more locals from the villages. Shopping for fresh food supplies daily in Ubud is a regular habit, as it is uncommon for villagers to have refrigerators at home. This food offering is a common item seen on every corner in Bali. Some of the vendors have already started crafting the religious offering products. At this hour, offering products are widely sold, alongside where the vendors handcraft and produce more offering products. Now, the market temple is occupied by vendors as they pray for good business for the rest of the day. This is an individual shrine called Pelinggihan. All these individual shrines at the wet market are activated this time. 9 in the morning is the time where Ubud market is most fascinating. The market transforms as the wet market slowly fades and gets replaced by art and craft market. Some vendors are seen cleaning up the area while some are setting up their stalls. The place is packed with busy movement of locals and tourists within the wet market and the shops, intersecting the movement of worshippers heading to pray. At this time, the market is mostly occupied by art and craft vendors. The individual shrines at this zone are being used as they start their business. During lunch hour until afternoon at 2, the market seems to be less crowded as people shift to the nearby eateries. The stalls at the wet market are mostly closed now, while the wet market seems quiet and deserted. The art and craft market completely takes over the market at this hour. But on the other hand, offerings and prayers are still active at the market temple. By this time, the temple would be filled with offering that was contributed throughout the day. At 4 am, the temple is unoccupied, while individual shrines are inactive. This is probably due to the timing as it was still dark and offering products are not available. It seems that the layout of the mobile stalls are more scattered, most probably because the locals want to catch the opportunity in trading as soon as they arrive at the market. Since wet market is the busiest at 7, it is also the time when market temple bustles with praying and offering activities. Nine AM is the key transformation point as the marketplace shifts its function from food supply to arts and craft. As offering activities are still ongoing, individual shrines are still being used. Even after 2 in the afternoon, when the wet market is closed, offering continues. The food offering in the temple stacks up accumulates throughout the day, indicating the level of praying activity. The temple is a meeting point of human and gods. The Ubud Market Temple customarily holds cleansing ceremony every 6 months. Both men and women can be involved with offering to the god, as long as they are appropriately dressed in sarong or long pants. Women on menstruation are forbidden in the temple. Also, worshippers tend to behave in the most polite manner in the temple to show utmost respect for their god. The banyan tree is one of the most significant trees in Bali. It is believed that spirits contain their power in all objects and elements of life, thus giving it a holy purpose in religious rituals. As it is a house of sacred spirits, it is tied with fabric of yellow, black, or white around its trunk. The market temple is naturally built at the same position as banyan tree, where worshippers in Ubud market collect holy water from the pot under the sacred tree. Balinese routinely offer canang sari to their gods 3 times a day. It is basically a ritual of repaying the gods for their blessing. Balinese practice it as an act of appreciation, the richness of life granted by the god. Every ingredient available in the canang sari symbolizes something. The most basic ingredients fill in the leaf baskets of flowers and also some sweet food which can be candy, coconut or sometimes pastries. The different colors and meaning in the flower are such as white representing east, red as south, yellow as west. Balinese spend hours crafting canang sari, paying attention to details that makes food offerings so intricate and sincere. Offering stalls which produce and sell canang sari are usually located in the more frequented and public areas of the market. A typical Balinese market vendor follows a string of procedure in performing food offerings in a market setting. An appointed representative from each stall is assigned to the market temple to perform the ritual and then return with the blessed items. At the market, worshippers enter the temple compound carrying a tray. Typically, the tray contains a few sets of canang saris, a bunch of lit incense, some flowers, and also an empty container. First, to start the ritual, worshippers fill the container with holy water. The worshippers sit down in preparation for prayer. Men would cross their legs while women kneel. The smoke of the burning incense is run through by the hands and washed over by face and body. Next, worshippers pray with empty hands to connect with their soul. Holding a flower by the fingertips, they pray to the Supreme One. Then, they have to lay the offering near the shrine, topping it with a stick of incense. Holding a flower by the fingertips again, the flower is dipped into the holy water. Then, sprinkle over the head and offering to cleanse and purify. One has to sprinkle holy water onto the offering about 5 times, continued by a gracious hand gesture. And then, complete the ritual with silent prayer by placing both hands together. Worshippers repeat the routine for every offering made towards multiple shrines, and doing so traditionally, one has to hold flowers of different colors when praying to the gods. The placement of offering has meanings too. The rule of thumb is high for the sacred, low for the evil. It is because of the common belief that good spirits reside in the mountains, while demons in the sea. The position of religious objects relates closely to human body as well. The shrines are placed above their heads in the shop. It is to show respect to the god and relate to the sacred spirit at the mountains. On the other hand, offerings for the evil spirits are placed at the ground. Some offerings are found on the stall products as well. It is easy to feel a sense of belonging once stepped into the Ubud marketplace. It is a place to connect, as it gathers people together as a community. Despite being filled with various busy activities, the vendors still reflect a strong faith in their daily offering rituals. This beautiful culture proves that Bali is staying true to its label as the island of ceremonies since many years ago, and hopefully many more to come.